We'll see.
Yeah, Will.
All right. Okay. I believe you. I trust you.
All right.
Sort of, mostly.
Okay. We are on filmsgonewild.com. My name is John Wildman. I'm the editor-in-chief of Films Gone Wild. And right now we're at the Naples International Film Festival. We're outside the Alamo Drafthouse where we're doing screenings today. And on this segment, we're going to talk about the feature Do Us Part. We have Reid Arnold next to me. Director, writer, stars in the film, did craft services. He pretty much did like so much stuff. And next to him is Kelly Russo, also one of the stars of the film, who didn't do craft services, but apparently won.
She'll take offense to that, John.
But apparently like won a Best Actress award in Wyoming over an Academy Award winner who we have no idea who that is. So I'm just believing them. That's a true story. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thanks. Hi, John. Good to be here.
Okay, we always start this off by having you introduce our audience to the film. They likely have not seen it yet.
Sure.
So Reid, tell us about Do Us Part.
Yeah, so Do Us Part is a romantic dramedy comedy about three friends from college, two of whom kind of always almost dated and never quite did. And she is showing up to his wedding to rectify what she considers that mistake. And I play the best man who tries desperately to keep them apart and not let the past wreck the future. It's a bittersweet rom-com about kind of that period of life from college to marriage, that transition, the turmoils of love that people can go through. It's definitely got some Crass humor in it, but I think it's got a kind of a nice heart at the center to find.
Well, I've already bragged to you personally last night on the red carpet about the film because I just loved it to death, and I think it hews back to like classic rom-com banter, and I would say rom-com because this we're talking about like Her Gal Friday and Bringing a Baby and films like that where you've got, and Preston Sturges, frankly, where you've got rapid fire dialogue that is just so damn funny, and it comes out of relationships that are so fraught with issues and interconnected things between people, and some of which they don't even realize until midway through the film, which even makes it more hilarious because they already thought they were screwed up, and then they find out, no, we were infinitely even more screwed up than we thought we were.
Right.
Which is great. Kelly, I want to start with you on this, and it is, when you're an actor and you get those and you get that script and you look at stuff, some actors, this is old school, like literally would count the number of lines they had, right? And they'd go, okay, I like the script because I have the most lines, and they had that kind of silly thing. And then sometimes for me, like you really go, I get to play in a sandbox here. I get to do fun stuff. Tell me what, like, your first impression, like when you read it, and then the next thing is also whether or not you have a little pressure now because I got to pull this stuff off.
When I first read the script, which was over 10 years ago, it was actually written as a play. Reid had written it with myself and Travis.
Like a French farce where you're going in and out of rooms and stuff like that.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah. And he wrote it with us in mind. So when I read it, I was insulted. I was pissed. I was like, wow, this guy really thinks that of me, that I can play this, polarizing character. And so it was a challenge, I thought at first. But what's fun is, yes, getting to play in that sandbox, bring parts of me into this very tricky character. Right. It's like walking a tightrope, and Reid's brilliant direction, we're on set and he's like, oh, that one went a little, audiences are gonna hate you on that one. Like, you gotta reel it back a little, bring a little more Kelly into it, less Rose. Rose is my character. So it was really fun, fun.
Now, I will tell you, I told him last night, I said, as I was watching the film, I'm like going, the director loves this dude because he gave him all the best lines. Oh my God. And then I meet him. I go, oh, so much is now. I understand so much more now.
Let me defend myself. Well, I don't know if it is a defense. So I wrote this in 2014. It was just originally a 25 8-page short film that became a play. But I wrote it because when you're an actor trying to find parts, you don't get many auditions, and B, it's rarely the audition of the part you want to play. And this is the part that I really love to play. And so I wrote it, and I gave myself the best lines and the best character. And it was, I imbibed the show Friends. You talk about the banter and the witty, fast dialogue. I mean, I've watched Friends for years of collective time in my life. And so I've really digested that rhythm. And I said I want to write something that's like that with a part that I really like that I can play. And so yes, I did give myself some fun lines, but I tried to disperse it a little bit. And
No. Kelly gets to do some crazy ass shit.
For sure.
I mean, she just
For
goes
sure.
I'm a physical comedian, I would say. Much more of a physical.
But now here's the other thing, and I know this because I've directed myself, and that adds a huge degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
And now I know for myself that because I'm in charge of the whole production, that if I give short shrift to anything, it's my own character.
Yeah.
And then I end up, I go, I should have done one more take.
Yeah,
I should have done one more setup, right?
Sure.
Talk about how you handled that challenge.
I mean, it is a challenge. It's hard to it's hard to direct other people because you're acting in a scene and trying to look at their performance to direct it. It's not something I recommend unless you absolutely have to do it, or are a megalomaniac like I am, I guess. But I try to foster a very collaborative atmosphere, and I welcomed notes from, like if you saw something in my performance that wasn't going to work, let me know. I'll take it. I'll give actually Ashley, who played Liv, a role here in kind of the big fight scene. We had done 2 takes, and I said, okay, I think we got it. And she said, no, stop, Reid. This is a big moment. Please, listen to Ryan, listen to what he's saying. And the take we ended up using was the take that she basically directed me in. And so I try to be open to that kind of collaboration from my friends. And
He was so kind and wonderful. He's not going to say this,
I
but
want it on mic.
the set, yes, off mic, off the record. No, the set was literally like summer camp. It was so fun, so collaborative, so respectful. It was just the best time. We were having fun from dawn till the next dawn, working all hours.
Now you previewed a question I had, which was the physical stuff that you're doing. All right, and you guys, you're running laps around the property.
Oh,
you're
that part, those days were horrible.
And that's the thing. Like Simon Pegg tells a story where they're filming Star Trek, and he has to run, and he's so proud of himself because he just ran through this whole thing, and he said, great, we need to do it again, and he's about to throw up, right?
Yeah.
Right, because he didn't leave anything, because he didn't think about that, and he's not an athlete, right? And that's the thing that we don't think, because you're going, well, this is for performance, and you go, well, that was actually the master, and we could have taken it a little bit easy on that one, right? That kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But talk about how that was.
Oh, we all were like, we hate Reid. We hate him today. It was difficult. It was difficult.
the poor girls had to run in.
We had to run in high heels.
Yes.
Which, that was the hard part.
I'm sorry.
That was the hard part. But besides that, so much fun. No, and those were horrible. He just enjoyed torturing us,
3
basically.
days of having to run, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about this thing is gestated for like a decade apparently, and you shoot it. You're in the editing bay, and what oftentimes happens, and I love talking about this because it's a heartbreaking moment for most directors when they get the assembly cut, and they go, "What happened to my beautiful movie?
Yeah.
We shot everything that I wrote, and we shot everything, and I was happy with everything, but this is not my beautiful movie. This is not it." And then of course you start honing it down, and it becomes that beautiful movie. Talk about that process.
Well, there's a Martin Scorsese quote. I think it's Martin Scorsese where he says, "If you don't hate your first cut, something's gone horribly wrong." So and I don't think I hated the first cut, but it's a hard thing to see. And I had a terrific editor. I'm gonna give you a shout out. Her name is Yu Jung Hao. She's a great editor, and she warned me. It's a process. This isn't the final cut, and working with her she had so many good ideas about how to tighten a scene, or we cut a scene that was there. there were certain scenes that needed to be rearranged, right? The scene that was originally the first scene of the movie is now later on. It's one of the flashbacks. We moved it to a much better place. And so it is really,
editors are wonderful things, aren't they?
Yeah.
Editors are just great.
Yeah, she's great, yeah. And she was very clever. There's more special effects in this movie than you would ever imagine, because she realized we could splice things together that make the performances pop more, make the rhythm better. She was just really tremendous. And so, yeah, I mean, there's the 3 movies: the one you write, the one you shoot, the one you edit, and I loved all of them. So I think it's been a fun process.
Well, you know, and listen, obviously I'm a fan. I just think it is so incredibly entertaining, and you know, and again, it has a wit about it. It has on-point references that give us dates that are not just like sitcom easy references, but they are detailed pop culture references that make you go, oh, damn, we're okay, all right, you know, and we, you know, which again gives it a different texture, yeah. I think. So congratulations, both of you.
Thank you, John.
So good. Reid, Kelly, again, the film is Do Us Part, which has been screening at the Naples International Film Festival.